Alright, this is not one of my world famous unboxing videos that I am known for. Because, well, as I always say, this isn't a box, it's a padded envelope that Amazon sometimes sends stuff in. And secondly, it has already been opened because I instinctively tore it open the minute it came through the letterbox. But regardless of that, I have got a suspicion that this just might be for Epic Collection, The Dark Galaxy. I don't know why, I've just got this real inclination that it might be that one. Oh, would you believe that? It is for Epic Collection, The Dark Galaxy. It's almost as if I had looked inside that envelope or something. This collects 4 issues, 419 to 436, an annual 15. It is volume 18 and it covers the years 1990 to 1991. Some of the contents of this trade have already been available in paperback. The Dark Galaxy storyline, you could get a paperback of that. And then 3 issues later, the ones I introduced 90s for, well, they are available in this trade here. It's like a little compilation of 90s for, and the 3 issues that set him up and introduce him that are in this are also in that. So I have actually read 3 issues from this collection. 4 actually, because the first part is an annual. This is the terminal objective for crossover. This is part 3. It's quite a bad crossover. I intend to cover this whole crossover much like how I did the King of Queens one. There is Thor and Hercules man. They're using Thor's hammer to fly. Interestingly, this crossover, it has been represented quite a bit in the Epic collections. We got the first part, which was in Captain America Annual 9. That was in one of the Captain America Epic collections. Then one of the Iron Man Epic collections that had the second part, which was an Iron Man Annual. Iron Man Annual 10, let's say. And that Epic collection also had the Captain America Annual as well, because Iron Man was prominent in that first part. And now we have got part 3 here in this 4 collection. And presumably there'll be an Avengers collection and I'll have all 5 parts. So we'll have had like that Captain America Annual 3 times over in Epic collections. It is a really bad story. Thor, he fights Terminal in this one. I will get onto this. I'll probably do all of Terminal's appearances since I did his first appearance, and then his second appearance in Avengers is really good, and then there is The Excellent Men by Christopher Clairvoyant, which ruined the character forever. Then there was an issue of Kazar, and then it was the Terminal Factor. These are backups to the annual, probably written by guest writers and guest artists. Let's get to the actual meat of the collection. Oh god, this is quite a long backup. We've got some pin-ups here. Oh look, there's Michael Elboy. He's done the troll there. That's quite good. Never seen that before. There we've got Tom Hiddleston, Loki, and here we are, part 1. This is The Dark Galaxy, issue 419. We start off this story with, we've got a guest appearance from the Avengers, if I remember. Oh, this is written by Tom the Falcon, and it's very similar to his Fantastic Force run, which I reviewed yesterday. It's got that bizarre thing where he's kind of doing a Silver Age Jack Quimby pastiche, but then he's also trying to interject 90s sensibilities into it. Like Thor will be fighting street crime and carjackers, but then he'll have like ridiculous Silver Age style plot lines. This one, he's fighting a spaceman. Another thing about this run is a lot of the villains, they were just rehashes of had Silver Age 4 villains by Jack Quimby. They weren't those characters, they were new characters who were just flat out rip-offs of our Jack Quimby characters. Really, really odd. We got the Avengers here, they're helping Thor fight the spaceman. Then what happens is Thor and Hercules Man, they go into space for the rest of the story, the Dark Galaxy, and it's good. Oh, there's a good shot of the Avengers there. The Avengers who guest star. We got Thor, we got Hercules Man, we got Captain America, we got Big Barda from the New Gods, we got Kazar up front there, and we got She-Hulks. Hashtag make She-Hulks have some she parts in her she pants, please. But yeah, the Avengers, they're not in the whole story. They're just in the, like, first 2 parts, maybe first 3 parts. And it just becomes a 4 story with Hercules Man. And all the issues are backups. And as I've reviewed for issue 437, which, interestingly, is going to be the issue that starts the next volume, because this one ends with 436. The backups, they're largely unrelated to the main story. They're Tales of Fairyland. And again, it's that weird Tom the Falcon thing. He decided to take Thor away from Fairyland, have him be on Earth, but then cut those stories down, those main stories, down to 16 pages, so that he can offer like a consolation prize to Thor fans by having 6-page backups that are Tales of Fairyland. I didn't like that. At least with Captain America, his backup stories, they tended to either set up the next storyline, or they were pay off to stuff that happened in the main story. High Digivolutionary, Tom the Falcon used him a lot because, well, he's a Jack Quimby character, isn't he? We got the Celestials there. This is, I think this story runs until 424. It's a space story. Then we've got some stuff with the Firemen and the Icemen. There's Tom Hiddleston. Oh, there's Amanda, the Enchanter. Oh, she's gorgeous, her. I think this might be one of the issues that's in the other trade, or we're leading to those issues. Yeah, this is Thor teaming up with Excalibur, because during Acts of Vegans, Tom the Falcon, he had Thor fight Juggernaut, and Tom the Falcon is more than happy to go back to the same well, so we got Thor versus Juggernaut again. And then after this story, that's when we start introducing 90s Thor. No, after this one here. Here we are. This is the first issue that is in that other trade for 431. This one, it's more of a spotlight on Wreck-It Ralph here. Because what's happened is, Tom Hiddleston, he has kidnapped Wreck-It Ralph, and he starts torturing him. He wants to steal his powers so that Tom Hiddleston can be like big and strong enough to fight Thor. And then the next issue is, I've already skipped the cover, but this is it here. This is 432. It's Thor versus Tom Hiddleston, and it's a really interesting fight. It's got a twist at the end that I honestly didn't see coming. It was quite a surprise. It was a legitimate twist, and the fight, it is big and it's epic, and it's almost written from the perspective that it's like the final ever Thor versus Tom Hiddleston story. Then we have got 433, and this introduces us to 90s Thor. He replaced Thor for about 20 issues, 25 issues. Famously, he was in Affinity Gauntlets. He has got a beard, and he has got a helmet that has got little eye holes on it. Here we've got him. This is like before he starts wearing his version of the costume. Here we have it here. This is his costume. Actually, I think there's a... Here we are. There, a nice shot of his version of the costume. Very similar to the classic Thor costume. He's got slightly different boots. He's got a lot of side boob. And the helmet and the beard, they're kind of the giveaway that this is 90s Thor. Later on, he gets like a mace and an earring. There's the cover for this trade remastered. You can see it there as well. Then we've got... I would have actually ended it there. End it with 90s Thor introduction. Then we've got some more stories. This is when 90s Thor goes to Fairyland. Oh, this where he tells the Avengers that he's actually not the original Thor, he's replacement Thor. And look, Captain America, he can lift up Thor's armor, just like in the films. And Tom the Falcon, as I said, he is not one who is afraid to rehash ideas. In Thor issue 404, I want to say, he had Thor fight Annie Hall. So here we have got 90s Thor fighting Annie Hall. It's just weird. Annie Hall isn't a Thor baddie. He's like a Fantastic Force villain. But for some reason, Tom the Falcon kept having Thor fight him. We're getting near the end here. We got Captain America there. It looks like a big, chunky guest appearance from Captain America. That is good. This must be the last issue, innit? Oh, there's Crusher Man. This was briefly mentioned, like referenced in the next issue, the one that I reviewed, 437. The one where 90s Thor fought Kaiser. Oh, we've got extras here at the back. We've got 2 pin-ups there. This one is from one of the swimsuit issues. We got 2 mock adverts here. Hercules Man doing some heavy lifting, and this one's for like a razor. Razors are also good for self-harm. Little bonus tip for you. That was the cover for the Dark Galaxy trade, and that was the back cover for it, as well as the back cover for this. And then we have got some line work from various issues from this collection. And oh, there's some line work of Juggernaut sitting down on a throne. This is fine. We've got a nice stretch of the start of Tom the Falcon's run. And while it's not a great run, well, the first 15 issues of his run, they're fairly decent because he followed Simon Walters. And for those first few issues, he was trying to maintain the quality. And then after issue 400, he kind of just reverted to type and he started doing Jack Quimby, Stanley Lee, Silver Age 4, Worship comics. And then we got to this where he started doing the 90s stuff with 90s Thor, who fights carjackers and busts chop shops and stuff like that. And there's policemen, there's a special squad of policemen. I rate this 7 thumbs up.